Hello and welcome to today's reading. So today we have a love reading as you voted on in the poll I put up a few days ago. We are asking today what the current vibe of your love life is. We're going to ask for a card to represent you and your person or this other person that you might be here wondering about. I'm going to ask what's next in your love life as well as what will happen in this connection. And then also any extra messages or advice. So I have 4 piles for you to choose from today, and all of them are represented by different little acrylic paints. Pile number 1 will be this teal color. Pile number 2 will be this red. Pile number 3 will be yellow. And pile number 4 is purple. So go ahead and take your time, pick which pile is calling out to you the most, and I will see you in your reading. Pile number 1, if you chose the teal paint, then this is going to be your reading. So first, I asked what the current vibe of your love life is and got the Page of Wands. So this tells me you have this fresh new energy. You could be somebody who has not really dated before. Maybe you're somebody who has not been physical before. Maybe you're someone who is new to expressing this side of yourself. Like you're new to flirting, you're new to putting yourself out there. And then the card that I got, I asked for a card for you and a card for them. I specifically asked this first card for you. So if you don't relate to this energy, that's okay. You can pick the other one, but I'm assuming this is you because I very specifically wanted this card to be, to represent my pile here. So you got the Hermit, which tells me you are withdrawn right now. You perhaps have this routine of wake up, go to work, get things done, go home, eat dinner, take a shower, go to bed, and the whole time you're thinking about maybe somebody, maybe this Emperor person. You have a lot on your mind. It could be the state of your love life, even like you're wondering why am I single, but the Hermit is somebody who is kind of alone, so maybe you feel extremely alone in this world, and maybe it's a choice because the Hermit to me is somebody who does it on purpose. Think about some guy living in the middle of the woods. It's like they go out of their way to do that. So I think you are single by choice, but at the same time, you wonder to yourself, why am I alone, And then with the Emperor here as your person, this card for me is usually like an F-boy card, somebody who thinks they're really hot, somebody who's like, I'm in charge, you know what I mean? So this could be somebody you work with, or just in some capacity, you see them perhaps in I don't think they're your neighbor. I think perhaps you met them, you know them from your workplace, you know them from perhaps school or a certain group or organization you're a part of, but I see them as somebody who kind of thinks they're all that in a bag of chips. And maybe you see them this way as well. But the Emperor, I will be totally honest with you, is not my favorite card to describe someone in a love reading, just because I don't think they're mushy, lovey-dovey, However, there is a tarot reader I used to love listening to. I don't remember her handle, but she used to say the Emperor was like her daddy card. So this could be somebody that you just think is really hot, like daddy energy, but I'm kind of getting the feeling that this is somebody quote unquote everyone has a crush on. Maybe they're just really attractive, and so it could be surface level. The Emperor is somebody who's in charge. It is somebody who leads, but to me it's you're not the King of Cups, you're not the King of Pentacles. They might be a little bit more kind of dominant as a person, which, you know, if that's what you're into, pile number one, by all means. But when I asked what was next in your love life, I get Queen of Wands. So this tells me what's next for you is to focus on you, to focus on your stability, perhaps to, you know, build that business that you've been wanting to build. But I think it's you just coming into your power, being independent, being stable, you know, having your own garden that you harvest, that you grew from seed at the right time with the right supplies, that you watered, you know, perfectly and weeded when you needed to, and blah blah blah. And somebody who is so like lush, you know, you're so abundant that people flock to you. People want you in their lives. You know, it's not you being a hermit, like, you know, where's this emperor guy? I wonder what he's up to. This is you, Queen of Pentacles, like, I don't care what he's up to. I have a garden to water, okay? I have things to harvest and abundance to flourish in, okay? And then I ask what will happen in this connection, and we get Page of Cups. So to me, this could be casual flirting. Maybe it's you making it known, you know, I'm attracted to you. Maybe this is just you complimenting them. Maybe it's them complimenting you, okay? Now again, if the Emperor is somebody who's like kind of an F-boy, who you know to sleep around, date around, just be available to anyone and everyone, I don't love that personally. But if that's what you're after, because you truly, honest to the universe, don't want something serious, by all means. I mean, the Page of Cups again is like casual flirting to me. You look nice today. Oh, here, you know, want one of these candies I just got for everybody? Like, whatever. Just you being nice, or them being nice, or just like, you know, it's not the Knight of Cups, which has like a mature offer of love, but it could be you, again, for the first time, making it known that you have feelings for somebody, okay? Five of Wands as your extra message and advice. Five of Wands and Queen of Swords. I see the Five of Wands being perhaps that there is other competition. So that could mean that there's other people interested in the Emperor. Like I said, if this is somebody, a lot of people, you know, maybe they've been with a lot of people, maybe they've dated other coworkers, you know, blah, blah, blah. This could be you realizing that there are other people. Maybe they date around, they're not serious like that. But the Queen of Pentacles is, so this is where I'm, you know, trying to warn you here a little bit that I think you deserve more stability out of life than this person is going to offer you. But I don't know them, you do, so maybe this is just daddy energy, okay? But with Five of Wands, this could also be, if you ask me, after your Queen of Pentacles, this could be people being like, wait, no, I want the Queen of Pentacles. I want her. I want her. So you could have many admirers that you don't even know about, okay? A lot of people who are all after you. So maybe you're like, why am I single all the time? Like, all I do is what I'm supposed to do. I work, I pay my bills, and then I'm too tired to have a life, and I come home and I go to sleep. And what you don't know is there's people like, man, she's so cool. She never gives us the time of day, you know? And with Queen of Swords, I see this as somebody who has strict boundaries, knows what they want to say, has the ability to say it, and you should. Perhaps you have not been, you know, with Page on Page energy, perhaps you have not been very forthcoming with your expectations in love with people. And so your advice here is to make it known what you expect. So if you're dating to marry, okay, tell this person this. I don't casually date. I am here for, you know, a serious time, not a fun one, okay? Make it known. Queen of Pentacles and Queen of Swords, I see you as a very stable, serious person. I don't see you as somebody who's going to deal with Five of Wands, immature fighting, okay? Also with the Queen of Swords, as I pulled your cards, I kind of heard, don't mince words, okay? Don't mince words. So don't say one thing if you mean another. Don't say something and let someone assume one thing when you mean another. If this person is like, hey, you want to go out sometime? And you're like, you know, I want to go to a nice dinner. Don't let them take you to some random like movie. Like if you want to go on a nice date and not a casual date where it just ends with like a kiss or whatever, then make it known. Like, I want to go somewhere where we can actually talk and I can get to know you. Like, I don't want you to just be grabbing up on me in the movie theaters. I'm a queen, not a page, you know? You can be a queen and still have page energy when it comes to love, because a queen, you know, a queen, it's not necessary to have all this knowledge on relationships. So if you feel nervous because this is your first time, I assure you it's normal. At the same time, if you're new to love and relationships and you are interested in people who have been around the circuit a couple times, maybe you need to, you know, go within, you know, curiosity, what sparks your interest over here with Moon Witch card. I think this is telling you to kind of see, what is it that you like about this person? If you like that they make you feel beautiful, find someone that makes you feel beautiful. If you like that they make you feel fiery and passionate and confident, you know, make note of that. If you like the way they laugh or how they talk or just how they look, you know what I mean? Decide what it is that you actually like in people, in a love interest. We have, for your other oracle cards, I'll start with your love oracle card. Hand of cards. Take a chance, risk, being strategic, options, not showing hand, gambling. So you or this other person could be, you know, not showing how you truly feel. Maybe you are truly interested in a serious relationship and they don't know this. Maybe they are interested in you and you don't know that. Maybe, you know, with the Five of Wands, there's other people involved that you're not aware of just yet. So I'm hearing, on the one hand, play the game, and then on the other hand, they could be. So just be aware of both of those things, okay? Your self-care card is beauty ritual. So I think you need to pick at least one day out of the week where, you know, you paint your nails and you wash and blow dry style your hair. Maybe you shave your legs in self-tan. Maybe you do your own lash and eyebrow enhancements, or maybe you tone your own hair or something. Pick one day out of the week to do these things, you know, face masks, facials, whatever. Use it as time to meditate, to just recharge for the week or weekend, to use some glamour magic, you know. Just use it as a time between you and yourself to recharge, restart. And then we have fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, okay? You or them could be a fire sign. This could just be a card to say that this is a, maybe you're a passionate, fiery person. Maybe you're on your way to a fiery, passionate love connection. But yeah, again, this could just be you or your person have fire in your charts, or somebody with fire energy is coming into your life. But I'm also kind of hearing to look at your chart, see where you have fire, and call upon it to help you be more confident. And again, we'll go over your Moon Witch card, which is curiosity. So what sparks your interest? Pile number one, my goodness. You can even make a list. What is it that you like in other people? What is it that you want in a partner? What do you want to manifest, you know? Do you want someone dependable? Do you want someone funny? Do you want someone who's really serious and always there for you? Your angel answer card is yes. So you could be here asking about a certain person, and this could be yes. I really quickly want to remind everyone, sometimes we get what we ask for, but it's not what we expected. So this Emperor is reading to me as somebody who's like hot. Maybe a lot of people have crushes on them, whatever. And so this card is telling me, like, yes, you have a chance at being with them. Maybe you even will date them. But I just kind of sense between all of these cards that we have that you're the hot one. Maybe you don't realize it just yet, but you're the one who is the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. Like, you are abundant, you set perfect boundaries. You could be a little bit blunt at times, but you don't mince words. You say what you mean and you mean what you say, okay? And you're stable and abundant and independent all on your own, and who isn't attracted to that? Your angels are telling you yes. That could also mean they like that you're here right now. They could like that you're exploring your love feelings. They could like that you're exploring your sexuality more. Just that maybe that you're focusing on you. Maybe you're, with the Hermit, maybe you're someone that's been kind of like single by choice, and so now you're like, you know what, I'm not doing this anymore. Like, I'm gonna go have fun with my life. And you should, pile number one. So you have a personal issue reaches resolution, full moon in Cancer. This could be perhaps you thinking you don't deserve love or something, or maybe you think, I'm the Hermit and they're this Emperor, like I'm never gonna compare, but what you don't know is you're better, okay? An Emperor is one thing, a Queen is another, okay? And you got 2 Queen cards. So I think a personal issue, if that's confidence, you're going to be confident. If it's insecurity, you're going to be secure. If it's stability, you're going to be stable. First quarter moon in Sagittarius, believe in your good luck. So maybe you need to believe that good things can happen to you and that you can get what you want, and that there's even better things on the way for you than what you've been asking for. You could have been asking for something for a long time, like this person. Please, please, please let them be in love with me, okay? You could be asking for the same thing, or perhaps a lot of things, and you don't get them, and you're like, oh, why not? Like, am I not good enough, But what you don't realize is you deserve better than what you are asking for. Believe in good luck could be telling you that you're, this, how about this example of like a kid who wants this certain toy, okay? It's a knockoff of this other toy that's way, way, way cooler, but they're a really sweet kid. They don't like to ask for like the huge toys, and so they don't want to ask for the big thing, so they just keep asking for the smaller thing. But what they don't know is their parents already got them this big awesome toy, so they're like, please, 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 can I have this lesser toy? And they're like, no honey, like, no, we're not gonna get that, okay? And you're, now the kid's upset, like, well, why don't I get what I want? I wanted this, and blah blah blah, and like, it would make me so happy. But what you don't realize is you're about to get the like limited edition toy of the decade. You're gonna play with it for years. Everyone's gonna be jealous of you for having it. You're gonna hold on to it for years to come so that your kids can play with it as well. And it's just like, it ends up being way, way, way better than anything this kid could have asked for. So I see that for you. Believe that you have better luck than what you know. And I'm gonna go, oops, thank God we're on your last card. But thank you for being here, pile number one. I have loud neighbors, unfortunately. I try to film in between all this loudness, but I appreciate you being here. I hope this love reading was helpful for you. I just want to say, I think you're way cooler than this Emperor person. That's just the feeling I get. That could also just be a message for like half of you, and while the other half of you, like, this is just you describing them as like a cool, confident person. Totally. I think though, no matter what, you're still the cooler person. Okay, guys? Double Queen energy. You set boundaries, you create abundance and stability for yourself, and yeah, you're just being called to focus on what you like, what makes you feel beautiful, focus on your good luck. Like, this is all just like, focus on you and the beautiful power that you have within you. So thank you for being here, pile number one. Your love reading is like, I think you need to, it's not, I hate to say it's love yourself, but it kind of is. It's kind of like, realize you're so much cooler and abundant and like boss power than you realize. Yeah, I liked your reading. I hope you did too. If you didn't resonate, you can always pick a new pile. I hope to see you in the next one. Go ahead and do me the favor of liking, sharing, subscribing, share this with a friend, and see if they have any messages in one of these piles. I hope to hear from you both down below and to see you both in a future reading. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Hello there, pile number 2. If you chose the red paint, then this is going to be your reading. So first of all, I want to say we have had many interruptions. I have started and stopped your reading probably 7 times now. And, you know, whether it's a loud car, a loud neighbor, my dog doing something, or me getting a phone call, there have been so many interruptions. But as you can tell, none of those things were me, you know, doing something strange. Okay, that was just the world, right? So I think you perhaps could be dealing with outward circumstances that are affecting you inward. The state of the world is making you depressed, or a certain astrological transit happening for us right now is heavily affecting you, and instead you just feel like, why do I feel so anxious? Because with the Two of Swords as your current vibe for your love life, I see you in your head and anxious. And I just want to say this could be mostly due to circumstances outside of your control. Okay, in this particular card, in the original depiction of the Two of Swords, it's one person with 2 swords held in front of their neck. They're blindfolded, you know, and it represents you like being complacent in this anxiety, kind of. You're putting yourself into that position. Maybe there's real anxiety or real things to worry about, but you're the one that's like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god about it. Okay, so you're stressed out about something that you are, you know, more stressed out than you need to be. Okay, your person here is mirroring you. You both are going through the same anxiety, you know, state here. You both, I will say it's 2 bunnies with 1 sword each. So maybe instead of these constant racing thoughts, you both are each having some like underlying anxiety even. But I do see you mirroring each other. So maybe you're just going through a hard time. Like sometimes when as a family you go through loss or big change, it gets to be a lot. So maybe you're just both going through something, again, with the universe, with a transit, with your own personal circle. I asked for a card to represent you and a card to represent them. If you feel that these energies should be switched, you can totally switch them, but I very specifically asked for you first, and I got the Lover's card. So I'm gonna say you are somebody who is just a lover, okay? You love to love. You perhaps are always in seek of your perfect pair. That's what you want out of love and out of life. You want somebody who understands you to a T, and you know, maybe you want someone else that's just a lover. You just want someone who's not ashamed to just be, you know, like you know, you know, like a simp, I guess, like someone who's not afraid to be like, yeah, that's my person. And you want to be like that, like that's my person, like, you know, we love each other, we worship each other's, the ground each other walks on, and we're just perfect for each other. Like that's, I think, what you want out of life. At the same time, you could be a Gemini, you could be a mutable sign. You could maybe have kind of like 2 sides to your personality, where the one side is just obsessed with relationships, and then the other side is just you know, maybe obsessed with like generally being happy. So I don't know, like maybe 2 sides where it's like on the one hand you want to get married, and then on the other hand you just want to like be loved, be in a relationship. I don't know, but mostly I just see you as someone who's very loving, and you love to love. You love to be loved, you want to be loved. And then for them, they're the 10 of Wands, so they're very stressed out right now. These are 2 very different personalities. There's somebody who feels overworked, overloaded. They're taking on too many burdens. And the thing about the Ten of Wands is not all of these burdens are their own. They are accepting other people's problems and taking them on as theirs. They could be paying someone else's bills, you know, that they don't live with. They could be worrying about other people's issues, like, you know, oh, so and so just lost their job and they're gonna lose their house, and you know, their wife's gonna leave them because of it, you know. And it's like, those are all terrible, stressful things, but they're not anything to do with this person, and they need to let it go. So if you're in a relationship, maybe the relationship is one of those wands. I'm not going to say it isn't, but I don't think the relationship in general is what is causing them the stress. I don't think it's what's causing them you know, to feel overburdened. I think, just as cards to represent you both, one of you is focused on love in a relationship, and then the other one could be more focused on just daily stressors. So this could just be somebody, I think, who is, you know, struggling with all their things on their plate. I think they're just generally going through a rough time. Maybe they need help and they're not asking for it. We also have the Queen of Cups as what is happening next in your love life. So this is not asking what's happening with you both, it's specifically asking about you. So I see you being full of love, okay? Full of love. Your emotions are I want to say tempered, okay? Balanced. You are loving, and so that can also mean saying things that maybe not everyone wants to hear. That could be like, look, this job is bad for you and you need to move on. Or it could be like, maybe it's you being loving and saying, I notice you're going through a lot of stress and I want to take some of that stress off of your shoulders, okay? And then you have the World card for what's happening next in this connection. I think this period of stress and anxiety is coming to an end. Perhaps this person who is feeling overburdened, those burdens will be lessened. The World card could say, some people like to immediately say it's an ending. I like to just say you've completed a cycle and you're on to the next. And so that could be a new chapter of your relationship where you leave behind the stress. Maybe you say, look, things have been stressful. We clearly both have anxieties. Like, do you want to share yours and I'll share mine? Okay, moving on. You know what I mean? Like, let's leave it in the past. This could be, you know, that Ten of Wands person putting down all those problems that are not theirs and finally opening up this door to a world of possibilities where they can, you know, they can choose their fate, their future. And I see you guys, I mean, we have the Six of Wands next. So I don't see this World card negative at all. I see it as you finally get these opportunities presented to you, especially with the Queen of Cups. I'm kind of getting how by being loving, by being open, by being helpful, giving advice, whatever it is, you allow these opportunities to present themselves. You allow your world to open up, basically. Okay, I see both of your worlds opening up within this connection. And then with Six of Wands, you both are going to feel triumphant. You're going to feel like you won, like you're on top, okay? Your general advice and messages, extra messages, are just to Eight of Pentacles. Continue working. Continue to be consistent, putting in the work every single day. Clocking into your job, brushing your teeth every day, you know, every morning, every night. If you're real strict about it, after lunch. You know, doing your affirmations, meditations, journaling when you feel the call to journal. Just focus on your daily habits and you will get your ultimate reward. Okay, so that goes with a relationship, any connection. If you want to harvest something wonderful later, you have to put in the work for it now. I want to move on to your oracle cards, pile number 2, and then we'll go back and do do a little recap here. So first, your love oracle card is sunglasses. Watching, looking, stalking, gaslighting, perception, focusing out. So you could have a little bit of a stalker right now, okay? It could be this person you're interested in. If you're not in a relationship with them, this could also just be another person. This could just be a warning to you that, hey, you have someone else keeping tabs on you, pile number 2. And yeah, it could also mean that you have somebody who is kind of trying to make you believe one thing when there's another going on. Okay, so that could be happening, you know, with gaslighting. They want to say like, this could be even just with the 10 of Wands. Maybe someone's like, oh no, everything's fine, I'm fine. But what they're not saying is, I got demoted at work and now I'm taking home $500 less every single month or whatever, which is easily, you know, all of your utilities or 2 of them or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe something happened where they're not being honest. Maybe with focusing out, this could be somebody is kind of putting on the blinders because they don't want to face something. Maybe there is a perhaps like a conversation that they need to have, but they're, you know, kind of seeing past it for now. With perception, this could be you. Maybe you have a feeling this is someone in particular that's checking on you, keeping an eye on you, and this is confirmation that you are correct. It is them. And yeah, it could be this person if you're not in a relationship. Maybe they are checking up on you and they're interested in you too, and so they're stressed out, like what's going on with my pile number 2. So then we have your self-care card, which is connect with crystals. Maybe you need to connect with your crystals. If you have any, pull them out. If you don't have any, maybe look around online. I haven't used any crystals in my videos just yet, but I will soon. I like to use a bunch of random things. I think it's fun. But yeah, maybe you're unfamiliar and you need to learn what crystal is going to help you, you know, get in touch with your loving feelings. Rose quartz is a wonderful crystal for attracting love and bringing it out of you. So maybe get some rose quartz. I mean, it looks kind of like that's what's depicted on the card there. So yeah, connect with them. Maybe get a necklace with a healing stone on it. That might make you feel good. Then we have love spell. You've been bewitched. So wow, there could be someone in your life that really did a number on you. You know, maybe they left an impression and you are just like truly in love. And maybe that's what this Lovers card is telling us, that you're just like, you really fell for this person. Then we have last quarter, what is holding you back? So for this anxiety, what's causing it? Pile number 2. Can it be fixed? I'm guessing it can, because the 2 of Swords is not an insurmountable card. It's simply saying you are anxious about something that you are forcing yourself to stay anxious about. So why is that? Why are you so anxious? What's holding you back from having a conversation? What's holding you back from admitting your feelings? What's holding you back from just moving forward? Maybe you're at like a stagnant stalemate type moment in a relationship or connection. What's holding you back from making the next move here? We have no. So this could be, you know, if you came here like, should I break up with this person? No. You know, you came here with an anxious mind, anxious thoughts. So I'm getting to end it is not necessarily, you know, we have the World card too, of course. So how about this? If you strongly feel like somebody is not meant for you, it doesn't make sense to force yourself to stay. However, I think this card is kind of, especially in a love reading, I think it's kind of a warning perhaps, that there's something big on your mind that you want to do, and it's saying no. So if that's breaking up with someone, this is saying no, not yet. Like maybe, you know, like I said, there's a lot of circumstances in the world affecting you, and you don't realize how badly it's affecting you, and you want to do something crazy. And so this card is telling you like, no, not right now, don't do that. At the same time, if you are not in a relationship and you want to do something crazy, like go announce your love in front of the whole room to this person, no, don't do that right now. Okay. The new moon in Cancer is telling you to relax and bring love into the situation. New moon in Aquarius. So mostly with Queen of Cups, I'm hearing to love yourself. What would somebody who loves themselves do? What would somebody who loves themselves choose? If you were to look at all of this from the standpoint of love, which I see you in, you're the Lovers, you're the Queen of Cups, you come out on top with the Six of Wands. Okay. If you had love on the brain, okay, Miss Rihanna, what would, you know, what would your next move here be? And I think I'm looking at this Ten of Wands person. If this is somebody you know, I think your next move needs to be, you know, you seem stressed. What can I do to lessen the load? It could be to love yourself and to get out of that anxiety, to end that cycle of anxious thinking. I mean, this new moon in Cancer, again, relax, pile number 2. I think you have been working yourself up, and what you don't realize, again, is that there's just other things going on in the world. Now is not the time to do anything too crazy. You are in love, so that could also be you're like overcome by very passionate feelings, and so again, don't act too intensely on any one decision right now. I'm still curious about that sunglasses card. It kind of feels like a disconnected energy, but again, if you're asking about somebody that you're not currently in contact with, I think they are keeping tabs on you. If you are asking about a specific person that you are in a connection with, they could also be like keeping tabs on you or something, but more so, I think you have someone else. So there could be like a, you know, third energy here. Someone else is looking at you, seeing what you're up to. It might not be a loving energy. It could just be an intrusive one. So that's just kind of a little warning. But yes, pile number 2, you're anxious, but you're a loving person. And so you need to focus on love, bring love into the situation. You need to relax. And I think this is going to help you to get out of your anxious thinking. What's holding you back maybe is what is going to help you, you know, move on from this state that you don't want to be in. You don't want to feel that way. You know, with the World card, you want to open up your world to endless options and opportunities. So pile number 2, that is what I have for you. I hope you enjoyed your love reading. If you did, please let me know down below what pile you chose and what resonated for you. Do me a favor and like, share, subscribe. If you have a friend that enjoys tarot as well, please send them this reading. See if they have any messages in any of these piles. And I hope to hear from both of you down below and to see both of you in a future reading. So thank you so much for being here. I'll see you next time. Hello there, pile number 3. If you chose the yellow paint, then this is going to be your reading. So firstly, I asked for a card to describe the current vibe of your love life, and I received the 7 of Swords. So maybe you have just come out of a relationship where there was some lying, cheating, betrayal. Someone got away with something, you know, and you found out. There's a very small chance. I say very small because I have a hard time believing my viewers would do this. There's a very small chance you got away with something. Maybe you cheated, okay? Maybe you stepped out. I don't like that pile number 3. I'll be honest with you. Maybe that spirit, like, don't tell them that. But I mean it. If you're being dishonest with somebody, okay, just let them know you're not interested. It's a lot easier than having a double life. For cards to describe you and your person, this could be you, this could be them. I did ask for you first, so you received the Hangman and the Ace of Pentacles. So you could be someone who is kind of stuck, you know, where you are, looking at the situation from a new way, okay? You're looking at things in a different light, at a different angle. Perhaps you're seeing your relationship differently after this cheating betrayal. With Ace of Pentacles, I see you maybe approaching the situation in a slow, steady way. You're trying to stay grounded, maybe. You're trying to think the best of things. Maybe this is you saying, I need some time to myself, okay? And so you're the Hanged Man that gave that Ace of Pentacles and said, I need a break, okay? For them, the Ten of Swords. So they could be heartbroken. That doesn't mean that they aren't the ones that did the wrong thing here, because oftentimes we see this person who messed up. Now they're the one crying, oh, please, I didn't mean it. And it's like, look, you can cry all you want. You're still the one that messed up, okay? So this person, they really feel defeated. Maybe you broke up with them and they feel very defeated. You know, I mean, you asked what's happening in your love life, and so that's just what's happening right now. The other person is 10 swords in the back, despair kind of feeling. And you might just be looking at it like, huh, they are torn up about it. You know what I mean? Maybe you're thinking, well, they shouldn't have cheated if they were so sad. You know, if they're so sad to see me go, why did they step out on me? When I asked what's next for your love life, we have the Devil card, okay? Maybe you're having some hot sex. Now, oh my goodness, pile number 3. Oh my goodness. You have me stuttering all over the place here. You could be having some, you know, maybe this is you getting back with an ex, because the Devil card is like feeling chained to someone, like a karmic tie, somebody from the past coming in. This is you perhaps starting a new karmic cycle. This could just be, like I said, having some sexy times. Maybe you deserve it, you know, after going through a very rough ending that I can see. Maybe you just got out of a divorce even, and so now's your time to, like, you know, reconnect with that ex-boyfriend that you know that you're never gonna have a successful relationship with, but you have great chemistry, so you just want to try again, you know. And then we have 8 of Pentacles here. So your 8 of Pentacles card is what's happening next within this connection. So if this is the connection you are wondering about. Okay, I asked between you and this person. So I see you're working on it. Okay, you're showing up every day. You're you know, you're putting on the pot of coffee. You're making dinner, whatever. If this is your relationship, you're doing all the things that you do consistently, and you're making sure to be consistent because you want to have a healthy, good thing later. This is you putting in the work. This could also just be you focusing on your daily routine. What's happening in this relationship, this connection? Well, you're focusing on you and your day-to-day. You're just worried about, you know, like I said, being consistent, watering your pentacles, showing up on time, doing all your daily chores. And then what is your general advice and extra messages? You have 6 of Pentacles and Temperance. So with Temperance, I see you coming to a moment of balance. I see you maybe pouring back into yourself. Maybe it's been a lot of you pouring into other people, but now it's your turn to focus on you, or to just focus on balancing this connection. Like I said, if this is somebody who got away with something, lied, cheated, stole, whatever, it doesn't have to be that they actually did cheat, but it could just be that they were kind of dishonest in a way. Like maybe they said that they had this really hotshot job with a lot of you know, great benefits, and they don't have any of those things, and they work a very minimal low wage thing, and you're like, look, I wouldn't have cared, but you shouldn't have lied, you know? And so this could be you saying like, I need some time to myself. That's ultimately what I see with the Hanged Man and the Ace of Pentacles. You know, it's like you want to take a break before you can come back with a stable, steady offer. So, with Six of Pentacles, I see this, you know, this is somebody being generous, helping out somebody. It's like, you know, sharing the wealth, you know? So this could be a little message to you to say, a raise is on the way. This could be a message to say somebody's coming in to help you. This could say even that you need to help somebody else, okay? Yeah, it could be like somebody's going to come into your life that, you know, needs some help from you. I'm hearing though, if you are a helpful, giving person, don't overgive. Definitely don't let yourself be taken advantage of. Again, with the Temperance, make sure that your cups are even here. In a relationship, this could mean a balanced relationship where maybe it represents equal give and take for you guys. But in the original depiction, I really focus on how it's like two people crawling on the floor, just accepting pennies. So don't accept crumbs. Make sure you have an equal give and take with your Temperance card. So we're going to move on to your oracle cards here. You have lightning, sudden change, shocking news, surprise, epiphany, upheaval, transformation. So you have perhaps a big epiphany coming to you, a light bulb moment. It could be with this person. It could be, in general, a big change between you happens to where it's kind of like out of your control. Like I was just telling pile number 2, they're the pile that got interrupted a bajillion times, but they have to know if they have a life that's been feeling that way, it's out of their control. It's not them. It's not their person. It's not any mistake that any one person is making. It's just the way of the world right now. The way the transits are going, whatever it is. So this lightning moment appears to be something that is going to happen no matter what. You know, you're just going to have this epiphany, this light bulb, you know, shocking news. It could be good news. I like to think it's a good card. It's like, oh my gosh, you know, like this crazy thing just happened. So let's stay hopeful and see what happens. So your self-care card is take a walk. I want to point out how this lady is walking on a lady. If you'll notice that is the outline of a person. So maybe on this walk, you need to revisit yourself. Maybe it's a walk to spend time with you. And just think, sometimes you don't even need music. You just need the sounds of nature and your own thoughts, and to help you work through problems, to meditate a little bit, whatever it is. Your what is this deck called? Cosmic Insight. Your Cosmic Insight card is let go. Make room for the new beginning on its way to you now. So if you are somebody who realized someone has stepped out on you, been dishonest, pulled one over on you, pulled the wool over your eyes, maybe this is a nudge at you to say, you know, cut ties here, cut your losses. Like I said, if it's a divorce, if it's a breakup, whatever, let it stay that way. With the Devil card, that could mean that you're like reconnecting with this person that you're really not supposed to, you know. It could also represent like addictions. So yeah, maybe you're going back to somebody who you feel addicted to. Maybe it's even just this connection. What's funny is that 10 of Swords is hissing to the right, so it looks like it's hissing at those devil cats. So maybe this Devil card represents, again, somebody from the past that you had very strong feelings for, that you felt a karmic tie with, and this 10 of Swords is upset that, you know, they're coming back into your life. You know, it could be that too. That's a little dramatic maybe, but it could go for somebody here. But this card is telling you, let go, make room for the new beginning on its way to you. Oh, you see that little bug? What is that? So you could be on the brink of a fresh new relationship, or a new phase of a relationship that you are not going to be able to enter until you finally say you've had enough of this last one. Then we have mirror, mirror, the beauty you see in me is a reflection of you. So if there's someone in your life that you constantly look up to, you think they're so wonderful, they're so beautiful, they're so successful, I want to be like them. You possess all of those qualities within yourself. If there's somebody that you're super duper in love with and you're like, there's nobody better than this person, I love them so much, oh my God, it's because they have qualities that you have and you love that. Of course you love that. You want someone that's just as caring as you and just as loving as you and spoils you just as much as you do. You know what I mean? And then your angel answer card is a year from now. So a year from now, I want to say you're going to be, in this new, maybe that's what's so swift and sudden and this major transformation coming towards you. Maybe a year from now, you're going to be a completely different person, pal number 3. You're not even going to recognize who you used to be. There's like this little bug. What is that? Go away. Sorry, guys. What the heck? Okay. We also have step out of your comfort zone. So that can mean a lot of things. Go wild with full moon in Leo. We have North Node and full moon in Leo. So check your North Node, first of all. Your North Node is what you are striving to be, what you need to strive to be in this life. Your South Node is what comes naturally to you and perhaps is your, I like to say like your lazy side. It's like, it's what you naturally want to do, but your North Node is what you need to do. So unfortunately for me, my South Node is in Pisces, along with like 5 other placements of mine. And my North Node, you guessed it, Virgo. So you could be somebody who has a very similar thing going on where you have a lot of subdued, quiet, shy type of planets and placements. And you need to learn how to be fiery, 333 on my clock. You need to learn how to be confident. You need to learn how to be in touch with your Leo side, your fiery side. And it's very intimidating to step out of your comfort zone. But I think you need to level up. With all love in my heart, I say this to you. I'm going to go back to 6 of Pentacles and Temperance. So while I do see an even give and take, part of this is also saying, make sure you have that. Make sure you are striving for equal cups, equal, if you're both paying bills and rent and stuff, make sure you're both paying an equal amount, okay? If you're both pitching in with cleaning, make sure that you're not the one doing everything and they're doing nothing, or they do one thing and you do 10. If they are, don't be the one struggling more, and don't let them be the one struggling more either. Okay, I see 6 of Pentacles and Temperance telling you to make sure there is balance and to make sure everyone gets the help that they need, whatever that may be. But for your love life, let's recap a little bit. I think you're coming out of this time where, even if I'll say there wasn't this step out time, this like falling out moment, this cheating, this betrayal, whatever, maybe it was a perceived one, okay? And so someone has been in their head about it and very, 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 very slow to be the one to bring up the problems. And so this other person is just 10 of Swords over it, when, what really needs to happen is a good discussion. The Devil card is the most concerning to me because I worry, pile number, what are we on, 3? I worry that perhaps this is you falling back to negative habits, to falling into the arms of the wrong person. At the same time, this could just be sexy, okay? So I want to focus on sexy personally. But if you find yourself being drawn to the wrong person, that you know they're the wrong person, it ended badly before, it'll end badly again, just do yourself a favor here and don't do that. So maybe you're going to be tempted, and this is your message here to not be. But just keep putting in the work, be consistent, clock in every day, say I love you every day, make sure you ask them how they're doing and, you know, what they did today. Just ask them those simple questions. Everyone wants to let it be known to them that people are interested and curious about them and their lives. So yeah, pile number 3, I see you coming out of this unsure, it just looks like you guys have had a rough spot. Pile number 2 also seemed to be going through kind of this like anxious, not so amazing spot. But yeah, I think your biggest thing here is that you just need to make sure the connection is balanced on both ends. Make sure neither one of you is giving too much. Make sure you're both being honest. And I see that you really need to, you know, do the things that you need to do to get to where you want to be. So a year from now, right? That could mean you need to start working on being confident now, because in a year from now, you're going to have a whole show to put on and you're not going to be ready if you don't start now. Just as an example. Yeah, for let go, make room for the new beginning on its way to you now. It could be a new person. It could just be a new start to this relationship where you both are just in this beautiful equal give and take. I mean, Temperance is such a wonderful card. So if anything, mostly I see you coming out of a kind of a rough patch and ending with a beautiful balanced relationship and connection. So this is what I have for you, pile number 3. If this resonated for you, please let me know down below. Tell me what pile you chose and what resonated the most. And if you feel like this didn't resonate with you, you can always choose another pile. So do me a favor, like, share, subscribe. If you have a friend who enjoys tarot, go ahead and send this to them to see if there's any messages here for them. I hope to hear from you both down below and to see you both in the future. Thank you again for being here, and I'll see you in the next one. Hello there, pile number 4. If you chose the purple paint, then this is going to be your reading. So I asked first, what is the general vibe for your love life currently? And I got Page of Wands. So I think right now you're focused on the physical. You're focused on like having fun. Maybe you kind of feel like you're doing things for the first time. Maybe you are. Maybe you're single, and that's what this Page of Wands is saying to us, that you're currently single. So I asked for a card to represent you and a card to represent your person or a connection that you might be wondering about or coming into contact with. I specifically did ask for this first card to be your card. So if you feel like the energies are switched, you can switch them. But I do want to point out that I did very specifically ask for the first card to be your card. So you are represented by the Devil in reverse. This tells me you're somebody who is working on your addictions, your bad habits, your past way of living that was not serving you. Maybe you have gotten out of a toxic relationship and this is you moving on. Ultimately, I see it's you trying to break away from like karmic cycles, karmic ties. Maybe you're finally coming out of a karmic time of your life. Their card is the Four of Pentacles. So they are holding on to things. They're holding on to their current relationship. They're holding on to their emotions, their feelings, their true inner, feelings they don't want to share with you maybe. If they have bad habits that you want them to improve on, they're holding on to them. Okay. So, yeah, this is just somebody who is like, this is mine. Okay. Whatever that could be. It could, if you're in a relationship with them, they are holding on to you. Maybe you are, wanting to break free from them even, and they're holding on to you. But mostly I see it's you moving on from bad habits and addictions and things, and they are just holding on to what it is that they have. And I always get this feeling with the Four of Pentacles, like if your arms are full with this, which is not much, it's 1 pentacle, then how can you accept better? Okay, so maybe they, you know, you're improving yourself, and then they're just kind of like staying where they are, and that's just the energy. They're happy where they are, you know. It's like they're like, my 4 pentacles are good for me and I want to keep them. And you're like, I want to be, you know, I want to come out of this devil energy, maybe I want to be an angel now, you know. So, and what's funny is the Judgment card here is practically an angel too. So what is happening next in your love life? You have Judgment and you have Queen of Cups. So maybe this is you saying something like it is. This is what I expect out of a relationship. And the Queen of Cups is just full of love. Maybe she's in love, but her emotions are balanced and she is very intuitive. You know, maybe you're a water sign. I just see you feeling as if your cup is overflowing, okay? And then with Judgment, maybe you make a big change within your relationship. You know, with the Devil card in reverse, you're making changes. So maybe things improve for the best. And so you get to this point where you're like, you know, I want what I want, and this is what I want, and this is what I'll get. And you do. And you're so like happy. You're like, yeah, you know, like I spoke my truth and I'm in love, you know. For what's happening next in this connection, we have Ace of Wands and Knight of Pentacles. So this could be a few things. This could be somebody coming in real hot, like this hot offer, like, okay, let's go out, let's you know, do something together. Or it's like you're hot, like you both think each other are hot, okay? And then the Knight of Pentacles is like, but we're gonna approach this stably, very slowly, you know, cool, calm, collected. I like to always point out how I have another deck where the Knight of Pentacles is off his horse walking next to him, okay? So it's a knight that's going so slow, he's not even, you know, using his horsepower. He's using manpower, so however fast that is. So this could be some connection between you two that feels very fiery and passionate, but you're both like, we must go slow here. It could also be that one of you is ready to jump in while the other one wants to go slow. But yeah, I do kind of read this more of like, you have a passionate new beginning, a very hot spark here, and you're going to approach it from a stable angle here for a really, you know, actual good opportunity. And then we have 8 of Cups. So this is your extra advice, an extra message. 8 of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. So you're already the devil in reverse, so you're trying to heal these wounds, you're trying to heal the past, but you need to get away from a rough water, from a hectic place. You need to sail away to a calm, you know, maybe island of your own. On this card, he's kind of just like on a rock in the middle of the ocean, but maybe that is the first time he's ever been calm. Or she, I think this is all women in this deck. But, you know, you need to walk away from something that's not serving you. And with Wheel of Fortune, you are on the verge of completing a cycle. And so that could be that devil energy of like, you've been battling addiction, you've been battling karma, you've been battling bad habits, and you know, wrongful attachment to the people that you don't want to be attached to. And so with the Wheel of Fortune, I see you completing that cycle of maybe doing things that are not the best. And you know, but this is your advice, that you need to make a conscious decision to be done so that you can start a new thing. So if this is like, we can't go on the way we were, we have to move on to something better, you know, you need to do that. You can't just stay in one place and hope the water takes you where you want to go. For your oracle cards, we have the Runner. Runner in a codependent relationship, fear of intimacy, listening to ego. So this could be you or your person. One of you could be running from, the relationship, and maybe the Judgment card is that moment where you guys come together and the universe puts you in a room and says, have it out, and afterwards you're the Queen of Cups with the Ace of Wands with the Knight of Pentacles. That's a really wonderful progression, but it looks like you have to get past some problems, out of some rough waters, and complete a certain cycle. You have to abundance plan. Wow, what a great self-care card. So you are meant for great things. You are meant to be, rich, to put it bluntly. You need to plan your abundance here. You need to decide what it looks like for you to be living your highest life, whatever that is. What does abundance look like to you? Does it look like a ranch house with farm animals and kids and, a farm? Or does it look like, a penthouse in the city where you're on the 100th floor and you get to look out at everything? What does abundance look like for you? You need to plan it out for yourself so that you can get there. For your, I keep forgetting what, this is a new deck I got, Cosmic Insight. For your Cosmic Insight card, you got health. Health issues could arise. So maybe you're going to be dealing with some health issue, but I see success there down at the bottom. So I don't think this is something you should be too worried about. This is just something you're going to have to deal with. Wax and Gibbous, it is okay to change the direction. So maybe you had a general idea in your mind of how you wanted your life to go, and things are taking a slight turn and you are overwhelmed with this. But things changing from what you expected is not a terrible thing, and it doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. Sometimes, just like I was telling another pile, sometimes a kid is gonna ask for a toy that is like half as cool as the toy they're already set to receive, but they don't realize that yet, and because it's not their birthday or Christmas or whatever. And then once they get there, they're like, oh my gosh, this is so much cooler. Thanks mom and dad. They understand now why they couldn't get that other thing, because they were always supposed to receive this new thing. So yes, don't be afraid of change. Don't be afraid of things not going the way you envisioned, because the universe is not going to steer you wrong. So yeah, success again. I see that in your life. I see that in your relationships. I see it in your health. I already see that you're going to be abundant. You just need to plan out how it looks for you so that the universe can deliver on that for you. Then you have New Moon in Capricorn, step up and lead and hold your vision, fixed moon. So with New Moon in Capricorn, you maybe have this potential in you of being a really great manager, leader, boss, CEO. Maybe you have wonderful ideas that you need to act on, and you've always just been kind of nervous, but this is your sign that you need to, jump in with both feet and just go for it. Step up and lead people. Show them what you have. Show them the ideas that you have to, share with the world. It does no good sitting in your brain doing nothing. And hold your vision. I do see that you have this idea, this project, this invention, maybe this life-changing advice that you need to start sharing with people so that they too can experience the wonderful results that happens from this thing, whatever it is. But yeah, mostly I see you actively working on healing yourself and your past, codependencies, your past addictions, your past bad habits, and you're gonna get to a point where you know, I think really that's what the Judgment card is for you, because that's what's happening next in your love life. The judge has ruled that you are worthy of love, and you're the Queen of Cups now. Da 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 da, you know. So you know, with the Eight of Cups, there's just a rough area of your life that you need to break away from. It could be a bad work situation, it could be family, it could be friends that are interfering with your love life. You know, if it resonates for you, maybe you're in a relationship that's not serving you and it's run its course with the Wheel of Fortune and you need to close it out at the same time. Maybe there has been a point that you guys need to get away from and close out that point of your relationship so that you can be this beautiful Queen of Pentacles or Queen of Cups person and have a Knight of Pentacles new beginning with the Ace of Wands new beginning, you know, intertwined, just like fiery and passionate yet stable and steady. So that is what I have for you, pile number 4. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed. Do me the favor of liking, commenting, and subscribing. Let me know down below what pile you chose, what resonated for you the most. And if you have a friend that enjoys tarot as well, do me a favor and send this video to them, because they might have a message in one of these piles. And I hope to be able to hear from both of you down below and see you in the future. So thank you so much for being here again. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.